In my heart of hearts, I know for certain that it is possible for anyone to get rich. And that is why I created this channel, because it is time for you to get positively rich. This channel is building the universe's most comprehensive and effective knowledge base for using the mind as a tool for attracting, holding, and sustaining great wealth. Welcome. Today, we are talking about the idea that people struggle with adopting a wealthy identity, embodying a person who is wealthy as an identity when you don't have the numbers in your bank account, you don't have the level of prosperity that you would like to have, when you feel broke or you don't have enough money, or you have the perception that you don't have enough. But the truth from an energetic and neuroscience standpoint is that identity is not built from your bank account. It is built from your internal assumptions about who you are at your core and who you are allowing yourself to become. Most people make a painful mistake. They think, I will believe that I am wealthy once I have money, once I see the money in my account. But this keeps them trapped in a loop because the brain cannot create a reality it does not first believe is possible. The outer world follows the inner world, not the other way around. Let me crack this open for you. Belief does not start as certainty. It starts as willingness. You do not need to fully believe that you are wealthy. You only need to be willing to believe it is possible. Neuroscience shows that even a small crack in doubt begins building new neural pathways, new connections inside the brain. You do not jump from disbelief to total certainty. You move gradually through a process where you might begin thinking that it is impossible. Then you might move into believing, okay, it's possible. And then from possibility, you move into this actually is probable. And after probability takes hold, you begin to believe it's inevitable. And then it becomes part of your identity. It's who you are when it is inevitable for you. And I have news for you. If you have a desire to be wealthy, then it is inevitable for you. Because if you want it for yourself, that means that at a spiritual level, God wants it for you too. Your job is simply to move from impossible to maybe and let the momentum take place. Because thinking moves along a continuum from believing something is impossible to making it a part of your identity. Once you make one short, sweet step from impossible to possible. The other thing to note is that identity is not proof-based. It is choice-based. Identity is not something you earn. Identity is something you can decide. Think of any transformation. A person does not say, I will call myself a runner once I win a marathon. I will call myself a painter once I create a work of art. They become a runner the moment they decide, I am someone who runs. You become a painter the moment you put the paintbrush in your hand and say, I am someone who paints. Wealth operates the same way. You aren't claiming you have money yet. You're claiming you are the kind of person who is becoming wealthy. This distinction changes everything. It removes resistance. Try this instead of saying things that might feel false, like I am wealthy. Say, I am becoming the type of person who attracts wealth easily. I am stepping into a wealthy identity, one small shift at a time. It is safe for me to move toward abundance. Abundance is my birthright, and I am stepping into that identity. I am moving on to that timeline where I am prosperous. These statements do not trigger your mind to argue back and find holes in reasoning. These are things your mind can accept. Your brain cannot tell imagination from reality. This is not woo-woo. This is actually neuroscience. When you imagine a future self who handles money confidently or receives abundance with ease, your brain fires the same neural circuits as if it were real. Repeated often, the brain begins treating the imagined identity as familiar. And what is familiar becomes possible. And what is possible becomes attainable. You are not lying to yourself. You are training yourself. Neville Goddard talks about this process of living from the end, where you're not just envisioning your wealthy self, you are feeling what that person feels. You are imagining the sensation of that gold watch laying heavily on your wrist. You are seeing yourself going into the store and putting your credit card on the machine and walking out with bundles of packages in your arms. You are living from the end. It is possible for you. If it is possible for someone else, for people to do those things every single day, then it is possible for you. Why not? If you don't feel wealthy, it's because you are referencing the wrong evidence. If you are looking at your current financial situation for proof of a wealthy identity, then you will never feel wealthy. Your current reality right now is simply the result of past beliefs. You are not creating from your present. You are creating from your future. So the beliefs that you hold now and that you form now are creating the future wealthy version of you. Ancient teachings say this. Modern psychology says this. Manifestation masters say this. You live from the vision. From the vision. You are the cause. The wealthy identity comes first. Money follows. So start small. Embody one wealth signal per day. Instead of trying to feel fully wealthy, choose one micro expression of wealth. Things like sitting with better posture, speaking more confidently, treating yourself with respect, making decisions from calm instead of from fear, tidying your space to match the version of you who handles money well, saying, I deserve abundance, even if you're saying it softly. These are identity cues. They tell your subconscious, this is who we are becoming. Here's a powerful exercise to close the gap. Journal on these 3 questions tonight. Put yourself in a peaceful place, get comfortable, and allow these sentences to guide you. Question 1, what are 3 qualities of the wealthy version of me? Not amounts of money, but 3 physical qualities. And if you need help with this one, think about someone who you idolize, someone who you admire, who is wealthy, and think about what characteristics, physical traits they have. What do they look like? How do they stand? How do they speak? How do they move? Question 2, what is one small thing I can do today that aligns with those qualities that I just identified? You can make this small enough so that it is impossible for you to fail. Putting your shoulders back is a great example of this. Speaking kindly to others, being generous with your words is another simple quality of an abundance mindset. And the third question, if I knew it was impossible to fail, what would the wealthy me believe? Allow yourself to answer this one with 0 inhibitions. Go for the gold on this one. Let your mind go to the supreme version of the wealthy you, because it's impossible for you to fail. These questions begin to install a new identity without forcing belief. Because the fact is, there are many ways that you are already currently wealthy, and tapping into the qualities of a wealthy mindset is just the first step along the path to certainty that it is possible for you. And it is not only possible for you, it is truly inevitable.